Welcome to Let's Effects, the place for newbies, indies, as well as low budgeters. Funny enough, guys, we've only done one voice effect this season. Can you believe it? I know, it's an atrocity. Sins against the world, against all of humanity. So it's time to change that, guys. And today, we're going to be doing a voice effect once again. And if you're wondering about the lighting, well, since we're doing a voice effect and it is from Star Wars and it technically is from the dark side, I thought I'd switch up the lighting and do some, split sort of dark side, light side sort of thing. It probably didn't work. As I said, we are journeying back into the Star Wars universe today. So our request comes from, I believe it is, Darth Vigorous. That must be the best Sith Lord name I've ever heard in my entire life. Props to you, dude. Well, as you can see, he asked for a General Grievous voice effect, and I am nothing if not obliged. So let's get to work. First things first, and I'm going to say this now, and I say this for basically every voice effect episode, the impression is key. We basically do some of the same effects over and over again for all different voice effects, whether it's a modulated voice or we're trying to recreate a character's voice. It's sort of the same steps a lot of the different times with different numbers and different values, but the core of every voice effect has to be the impression. So definitely work at it, look in the mirror, talk to yourself, call your brother, your sister, your mother, your father, your cat even your cat or your dog if you're a dog guy or dog girl or something. Just call your pet, look at them and say your best General Grievous line you can ever think of in your entire life and perfect it until your cat or your dog runs away scared. Then you know that you've hit total dark side power and you've succeeded. That conversation went wrong. Let me start again. Basically, guys, you gotta nail that impression. So just practice it a few times before you actually hit record. Watch some reference clips from Revenge of the Sith and try and nail that voice down. Other than that, just open up Audacity, import your audio inside, and I'll see you there. So here we are in Audacity, and as you can see, I have my voice recording all here sitting in the timeline ready to go. So before we do anything, let's have a listen to that.
General Kenobi, arm you not, you must realize, you are doomed.
So as you can see, I'm trying to put on my best General Grievous voice impression, which as I said before, is basically the foundation of this voice effect. So if you nail that, all the effects laid on top of that afterwards will just build that effect out and sell your voice impression a whole lot more. Whereas if you just talk normally, it'll sound really obvious and like you just added a bunch of voice effects to your voice, and no one really wants that. So try your best with an impression. But I have my impression over here. Now it's time to customize that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to head up over here and add a brand new track. So I'm going to add a new track, and then we're going to select our voice and then press Ctrl C, copy it, and then paste it in this new track. What we've essentially done is basically create two copies of our voice that we can work on. So let's start with step one. With the first top voice duplicate selected, we're going to select it and then we're going to hit effect and then click on change pitch. Over here we're going to set it to a nice and low -5 just to deepen it out a little bit. Then before we just play that and see what it did, we're actually going to amplify that, but we're going to amplify it in the opposite direction and we're going to set it to -12 so it softens it a bit. Okay, let's see what that did.
General Kenobi, arm you not, you must realize, you are doomed.
So as you can see, it's not doing really much, but it's actually pushing that a little bit more. Now for basically the second last step, and I know you're thinking, wait a minute, you mean there's only like about 4 steps in this? Yes, it is. It's, as I said, it's based on your impression, and these effects are just pushing that impression forward and making it more believable. So for the second last effect, let's select our bottom copy of the voice, head up to effect, click on change pitch once again, and here we're going to set it to a nice beefy -15 to really deepen that out. Okay, let's hear what that did.
General Kenobi, arm you not, you must realize, you are doomed.
And there we have it, guys. That's basically sounding like it's sold, but there's one more thing we want to do to really push this voice. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but when General Grievous talks, he's obviously a robot and is coming through a sort of artificial voice box. So to emulate that, we're going to select the bottom copy once again, head up to effect, and then click on echo. Here my settings are in delay time 0.005 and in decay factor 0.6. So set those in and then click OK. And there we have it, guys. So let's listen to the final product, but first here's our original.
General Kenobi, arm you not, you must realize, you are doomed.
And here is our final product.
General Kenobi, arm you not, you must realize, you are doomed.
And basically, guys, that is how you do General Grievous's voice in a nice and easy fashion. Hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. Definitely leave a like down below, as well as subscribe, guys. Grow the subscriber count, join the family, the alerted family. I don't know. Hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. I keep saying that. Anyway, if you want to see some more voice effect tutorials, we have some over there. I'll put my... Since we're doing Star Wars, my Darth Vader voice effect right over there. And if you want to see some other episodes, maybe some VFX, visual related episodes instead of the voice ones, then we've got right over there, we've got our, let's say another Star Wars episode, we've got our hyperspace jump effect. Check out that one. And if you want to see more voice effect tutorials or more Star Wars effect tutorials, all of those are divided into their own playlists on the channel, so check that out. Link to that in the description, the Star Wars playlist as well as the voice effect playlist. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, subscribe right down below, click that button, click the notifications on so you're always notified as soon as a new episode comes out every single week. Hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. You're the best, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay alerted.